Good morning, and welcome to NCC Spotlight. I'm your host, Jake Timchak, and with us today is Helena Holloway and Carla Smith, who will be talking to us about the Guided Pathways Advising Program. Thank you both for coming in.
Oh, so glad to be here, Jake. Thank you for
so
inviting
much.
us.
Yes, thank you so much for having us.
Of
Delighted.
course. So, Helena and Carla, would you mind giving yourselves a brief introduction?
Absolutely. If I could start, Carla?
Absolutely.
Wonderful, thank you. I'm Helena Holloway. I'm one of the Guided Pathway Advisor 2s. It's like an associate director, along with my colleague Carla and our other colleague Priscilla Titus. And I actually started out at NCC about 33 years ago as an equal opportunity officer, and I'm back again after 33 years. I actually received a bachelor's in business administration from Baruch College, the City University of New York. My major was human resources management, which is very close to industrial psychology. I've been teaching for about 20 years, psychology, statistics, English as a second language, and now I'm back here as a GPA 2, and I'm just delighted to be back.
Well, we're very glad to have you back here.
Thank you.
And Carla, what about you?
Hi, thank you. Yes, very excited to be alongside my colleague Helena Holloway. I'm Carla Smith. I'm also a Guided Pathways Advisor 2. I head the area of Liberal Arts and Sciences Transfer, two of our largest programs here at Norwalk Community College, along with General Studies and Humanities as well. Just a little bit about my background is I received my bachelor's degree from the Southern Connecticut State University in Communications, Interpersonal Relations, and my master's in College Student Personnel Counseling. And I would say my journey is just all communications, higher education, student affairs, which brought me to Norwalk Community College. And it's been such a great experience just working with students, staff, and faculty, and with great colleagues like Helena.
It's great to have such experienced and established figures here in the studio. Before we get started, I'd like to play a short video on the Guided Pathways program. The Guided Pathways Advising Program marks a change in NCC's approach to student advising and support. Designed to better help students by clarifying learning outcomes and helping students to determine their end goal, Guided Pathways is a movement meant to change the status quo of self-service advising, where students are left to figure things out on their own. Here at NCC, they have 3 offices, at East 107, West 102, and East 104. Each specialize in specific majors and prioritizes a low student-to-advisor ratio, employing a group of full-time advisors with diverse yet major-related backgrounds that purely focus on student success. Unlike academic advisors, Guided Pathways advisors stay with the same students the whole time they're at NCC. Because of the consistent and focused approach, advisors also can help identify resources, both on and off campus, that allow students to thrive. Based off of guidelines provided by the National Academic Advising Association, which uses a data-driven approach to find effective advising techniques, the Guided Pathways Advising Program has proved itself to be a promising new organization that is set to help students flourish in incredible new ways. Now that we've got some background info, let's get right into it. So Helena, can you tell us more about the Guided Pathways program and what its main goals are?
Absolutely. The Guided Pathways program is a holistic academic advising model, which is a phenomenal program. It was actually founded in part and implemented nationally through the work of a colleague of mine whose name is Robert Johnstone. He's out of California, and he does a lot of research in the area. And now it's really taken off and is being implemented everywhere. The City University of New York, they have an ASAP program in our area, which also, utilizes it. So the goal is to have very intensive advising with students from the time that they enter the college all the way through until graduation. So there's that continuity, there's that rapport building. So you always have a go-to person. And as a result, they found that retention skyrockets. So there's almost a doubling of retention. But it's very, very promising. So we're super excited here about having the model, implemented and working with our students to help them academically.
That makes a lot of sense. So what's different about this advising approach compared to past programs at NCC?
Well, typically advising programs usually involve, having an advising team, more generalists. A person comes in, sees whoever's available, and then they'll come back again when, they need further advising. They do develop relationships with different people, but it's not kind of a structured program. In this way, with Guided Pathways Advising, you'll have your go-to person and know who that person is as soon as you enter the college, and you can make that connection right away. So any question, even if it's outside of our area, we can actually serve as liaison to other departments, to faculty. So it's a wonderful model because it really takes a village. And in terms of this program, that's what this is. The student will always have us to go to as a first step, and we can help them certainly with their advising, but we can also go beyond that, and any other obstacle that the student needs to overcome to reach academic and personal success in their lives, we can help that and facilitate through the different departments on campus.
That makes a lot of sense. Thank you. So Carla, do you know if this program is unique to NCC in Connecticut?
So it's not just unique to NCC, it's actually involving all of the Connecticut State Community Colleges as well, which is really great because as the implementation is sort of rolling out through all of the different regions, we're able to go ahead and have conversations with our colleagues about how the rollout is unfolding at their particular campuses. So we're able to kind of hear some feedback and then tailor it back to NCC and our partnerships within the students, with the staff, with the faculty. So it's really great because it is really an implementation that is sort of unfolding throughout the state of Connecticut and the community colleges. So we're able to kind of see all the magic that happens when it comes to these relationships building with students and their guided pathway advisors.
Makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
That's really interesting, actually.
Yeah.
I know you both head offices in, of course, East 107 and West 102. Would you like to speak on the differences that those offices might have?
So we have 3 different areas. We have the academic counseling office in East 104, which has traditionally been the academic counseling spot where students will go and they'll meet with the academic counselor. But what's great about this model is it's allowed an opportunity for 2 more areas to be formed, or 2 more locations. So we got the East 104, we have East 107, which was formerly Student Success Center, and now we have a brand new spot in West 102, which is really great. In the past, the East has really been that centralized location for academic counseling, and it's been great. Relationships have been formed, but now what's great about the West Campus is it's also in the same location as student activities, career services, the cafeteria is there. So it's great because now we have 3 locations to be able to meet the students where they are.
Speaking on how Guided Pathways tailors each location to their students, what are some other ways that Guided Pathways accommodates for students with the diverse mix of backgrounds, languages, and cultures that we see here at NCC?
I have to say, I'm very proud of the fact that our team in STEM and business speaks about 10 languages altogether.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, one of our new hires, James Joseph, is fluent in French and Creole. We have Christian Tovar Gonzalez, who's fluent in Spanish. Genesis Esqueda, who's also fluent in Spanish. I speak a lot of the Eastern European languages: Russian, Polish, Czech, German, a language called Lemko, which nobody knows, which is in the Carpathian Mountains, German on a good day, and some basic Spanish as well. So we're a very diverse unit and culturally knowledgeable, which I think is so important, the multicultural aspect, to understand where people are coming from, to help them at every step of their experience. And I was an immigrant myself. I was actually born in Poland. So I teach one of the ESL classes, the advanced communication on occasion. So, and we've been seeing some of our Ukrainian refugees as well. So we're very proud of what a really dynamic and diverse team we have.
Thank you so much for your question, Jake. Diversity is definitely at the forefront of, who we are as an institution, us being a Hispanic serving institution as well. So my first language is Spanish. But the great thing about this model is that it's also allowed us to bring in a group of brand new guided pathways advisors to assist students along their journey, and their backgrounds are all diverse as well. They have business backgrounds, social work background, communication backgrounds, I mean, you name it. So along with their fluency in other languages, they're also experienced. Their background is completely diverse. So, which is really great. So when they're meeting with a student, they're able to sort of touch upon several different aspects, right? Students are multifaceted. They have definitely different interests, right? They may be, you know, passionate about something, but they're interested in something else. So the guided pathway advisor bringing in their background of, you know, different backgrounds, different perspectives, allows the student, again, to explore different opportunities just through having conversations and really getting to know the student as well. So diversity is one thing that definitely stands out with this team. We want to make sure that we are, you know, meeting students where they're at and allowing students to explore, you know, different opportunities.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
That really is. It's great to hear that you guys are applying this this sort of wide-ranging acceptance and ability to help different students. It's great to hear.
Absolutely, yeah.
So I know you're also one of the advisors for a program affiliated with Guided Pathways called the GAP program.
Yes.
Could you tell us more about that and how it benefits students?
Yes, I love the UConn Guaranteed Admissions Program, also known as the GAP program. So it is a very popular program. It's growing, especially with our growing team, it's growing even more. So I'm really excited to talk about the opportunity today. So what the UConn Guaranteed Admissions Program is a partnership with UConn and the Connecticut Community College system. So essentially a student can come to one of the Connecticut community colleges and choose a liberal arts and sciences transfer program here. We tailor it to what they would like to pursue at UConn. If their goal is to pursue a bachelor's degree in the liberal arts and sciences, the College of Agriculture, Health, and the School of Business, the student would come to NCC or one of the other Connecticut community colleges, receive a 3.0 at the time of graduation or a 3.3 GPA if they're pursuing the School of Business at UConn. They're guaranteed admissions into any of the UConn campuses, not just Stanford or Storrs, and they're also guaranteed an $8,000 president-to-president scholarship, which is really special and unique.
Yeah.
None of our other, you know, programs, transfer pathways, really have that. We have one of our scholarships, right? So the NCC Foundation has a transfer scholarship for students with a 3.5 GPA. If you graduate with a 3.5 GPA, you could receive a scholarship from our NCC Foundation. So students who are in the GAP program could potentially leave here with a double scholarship, one from us and one from UConn, which is a really great opportunity.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely, especially in you know, today's age, it's really nice to have that support.
Absolutely, yes.
These all sound like great resources to have. What are some ways students can get in contact with their advisors to take advantage of them?
Well, actually, now we've really made that as seamless as possible. Students can make an appointment with their Guided Pathways advisor right online through MyComNet, and they'll see the times that the advisor is available, and they'll be able to do that right away. They can walk into the office, we'll make an appointment for them. They can email us, of course, you know, even if they don't see a time that's available, and sometimes we can rearrange our schedules to work them in. So there's lots of different ways, and it's all about accessibility. We want that connection. So we're trying to make it as easy for students as possible to reach out to us.
Fantastic.
And we, of course, reach out to them.
Oh, yeah,
Yes.
absolutely. And just hand in hand with how students can find out about us too. They could just pull it up on their DegreeWorks, and right on the student's DegreeWorks will say who their Guided Pathways advisor is. So it's really great for faculty and staff to also know who the Guided Pathway advisor is, because while faculty and staff can help out and students build relationships with particular staff and faculty, sometimes there's other areas like scholarship opportunities or transfer opportunities that maybe someone can't answer, but their Guided Pathway advisor can. And if they have a question about that, they could just pull up the DegreeWorks of the student, and right on the top part, they'll see who their Guided Pathway advisor is. So the staff and faculty can link up with them as well.
That is all the time we have for today. I'd like to thank our guests, Carla and Helena, for coming in and telling us about guided pathways. This was NCC Spotlight, and we'll see you next time.